Alex J. Is Addison a priority now with the OBJ move? I think corner's more a priority. Gotta stop OBJ.
This is true. I don't think it makes Jordan Addison a priority, but I do agree with Deke though, man. In terms of the cornerback position, it does make you just be even more aware because once again, it's just another unicorn, another freaky thing to have to deal with. Now we talked about Odell. We're not gonna get up here and act like he trash because we said, man, for the right price, we would have welcomed him here. We just knew that number could get crazy. And we didn't think we'd get that crazy, but shout out to Baltimore. Like we said, man, rather it was them and not us. So with that, you do still have to account for his talent, man. When he is out there, we know what he's capable of, but we also familiar with him. We've seen him in the division before. It's not like we've never faced Odell Beckham before. That's not the case. And we know in Baltimore, they still got a lot of uncertainty at the quarterback position, whether that's the former MVP or the current Pro Bowler, Tyler Huntley. But either way, you know, we got to make sure that we got our stuff buttoned up. But I do feel good about us on the back end still. And I don't think, like I said, this move changes our direction. But I do think it just puts a little bit more of a reminder on us that, hey, let's not get cute. If there is a corner that we love that is available, let's go ahead and just do that. Pull that trigger. Let's not overthink this thing because we do know this is another weapon in terms of, we looked at Baltimore, we would always say it's just Lamar. They don't have anything that you're throwing to. We talk about Rashard Bateman, but he still hasn't done anything to that extent where you feel overly concerned. Correct. So Odell, we know this is a far more proven commodity in terms of the past 10 years. You can make a case that's the most talented receiver they've had on their roster. So in that vein, we do have to acknowledge that because now you got Amari Cooper that we know is in Cleveland. He's been doing his thing. We've witnessed that a couple of times. You know what the dudes in Cincinnati got and that trio over there and just how dynamic and how productive they can get. So now when you bring in Odell, it just adds to the equation. And that's before they draft whatever they might draft. So like I said, it just once again just lets us know that we got to be buttoned up on the back end, but we already were planning on being buttoned up. So I don't think, like I said, this is going to move us one way or the other though.
Yeah, I don't think we got to be alerted that much by this move because we've done good against Odell in the past in Cleveland already. The game he went off against us was when he was the Giants. And that was like prime version of Odell.
Oh, no,
that was the best version
That was the
himself.
AD and Odell show where they was like, yo, let's hug it up. And we over here. I remember that game. We had the little funny cleats on them games. I remember that one.
Combine that with the fact that he's going into an offense where they don't pass the ball that much. Now, could things change now that they got rid of Greg Roman and Lamar Jackson's in this whole contract situation? Maybe that's something Lamar wants is to run the ball less. I'll believe it when I see it because the Ravens offense under Lamar Jackson, he hasn't thrown for over 3,200 yards in the season. Now, he can run the ball. We know that. But in terms of Odell Beckham and his impact in that offense, I don't know, man. Particularly against us, I think we'll be fine.
To me, that's the interesting part because depending on which room we want to go with, part of the contract stuff or part of why Lamar wanted to leave was because them never evolving the offense and keeping it like what you just said. So it gives you the illusion that all Lamar can do is run zone read and run the ball. Whereas for him, he's looking at some of these other quarterbacks with similar skill traits, Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, and saying they don't run them in an offense like this. They run them in a regular offense where they're able to utilize their talents at a higher level. And that could have been why they moved on from Greg Roman and why they brought in the new cat. We don't fully know that, though. That's the interesting part. But for Odell, I think it's a couple of things at play. Yeah, you're excited about potentially the Lamar Jackson part of it.
Dude, it was the money.
Yeah, but I was like, it's the money. It's the money, bro. It's 15. Bro, it's 15 guaranteed. Like, what we talking about? Like,
it's just the money. Like,
it's 15.
I don't think a receiver of his caliber is just saying, oh, yeah, let me go to this Ravens offense with how many just ups and downs have taken place with the receivers over the last 5 years that have been in Baltimore. I don't think you just sign up for that if it wasn't for the money.
Well, along with the money, more importantly that, but then I even think of just the dynamic of Lamar. Technically, you still feel like it's which chances or odds, right? Because I think of how Aaron Rodgers had him on his wish list to go to the Jets.
Right.
And I'm thinking of those two teams right there, those two scenarios. If you're Odell, which one do you think was more likely to happen? Rodgers signing with the Jets or Lamar coming back and playing this last season there in Baltimore?
Right now?
Yeah.
Oh, I think they're both going to happen.
Okay.
I think Lamar. I think the Rodgers thing's done. They're waiting it out. They're figuring out the fine details, making sure the other team doesn't get one off on the other. You know what I mean? I think that one's done for sure.
Mm-hmm.
The Lamar one, I think it increases chances of going back now that they got Odell.
Now that he's there,
Yeah, because there was a thing that popped up on Twitter, a screenshot of them FaceTiming. Yeah, and he had Lamar had a Baltimore chain on.
Yeah, but I'm saying prior to that decision though,
Oh.
if you're Odell, did you ain't know that Lamar was coming back?
Yeah. Well,
like,
that's what I mean. I thought Rodgers was a lock to go to the Jets no matter what.
Okay.
So yeah, to your point, it had to have been the money.
It had to be, bro.
Maybe Lamar called him and said, "Yeah, we'll get something done." Like if you come
I'm like,
here,
are you really gonna take that money just to go to Baltimore if they don't have Lamar?
Yeah, at least if you don't have some type of certainty, he's gonna be the quarterback.
No Lamar, like what are you just taking a $15 million the last ride because your number's gonna be trash, and you're gonna be miserable. Like if we being real, granted, Tyler Huntley's a Pro Bowler, but I don't think he wants Tyler Huntley throwing him the ball.
They were talking about Carson Wentz as a backup plan potentially.
Mm-hmm.
Ravens were gonna sign him.
So Wentz versus the Pro Bowler Huntley, who wins that out?
I think Wentz got a Pro Bowler.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. To be close, man.
Who wins that out? I do think Wentz wins that out, but does he lose it at some point in the season? I could see that as well. Yeah.
But no, that's gonna be interesting though, bro. The 15 fully.
Yeah, no one was offering him anything close to that. Am I wrong? No one was offering him close. Like Bills probably weren't offering him anything over 10.
No,
Jets,
bro.
same thing. Any team that was a contender,
probably like 5, 7, 10
There's
max.
just no way.
But for them to say up to 18, but 15 guaranteed, I'm just like, bro.
Well, this is another.
Which Odell are you paying for? Like, do you know which version you're getting right now?
This is just the Ravens' move, though. They sign former stars, guys with big names, past their 30s, all the time. Steve Smith, Anquan Bolden, Mike Wallace. It's a tradition. It's a Ravens tradition.
They do it on offense and defense. Calais Campbell, you know, they'll do it on both sides. JPP, they'll do it on both sides. You right. Dang, go on. Yeah, never mind.
I don't think they care how healthy he is.
They're just like, you know what? Just bring him in here. How much does it cost? It doesn't matter. Just pay him. Dang.
Yeah. It's a little intriguing. I'm not too concerned about it from the Steelers standpoint.
Lamar being there with the Odell, does it make you any more nervous? Or do you look at it kind of like Amari Cooper, where nobody really like feared him until he cooked us a couple of games? And people still don't really fear him.
No, I'm
but
being
he
honest.
Still puts, like, numbers up.
I'm being honest with you. To me, it's I need to see you guys change your offense to where you're going to be passing and targeting Odell to that amount for me to care that much.
For sure.
Because right now, all I know is the Ravens offense with Lamar Jackson. It's either because last 2 seasons, Lamar hasn't even been available.
Yeah.
So we've only played Lamar 3 times. Mm-hmm. And over these last 4 or 5 seasons, the Ravens offense, it's been very run heavy.
Yeah, it has been.
And we've done a good job against Lamar and just in particular those Ravens offenses. I haven't had to worry about their wide receiver 1 or Marquise Brown or any of those guys. It's more about Mark Andrews and stop the run.
Well, the reason I say that
unless they change that.
Well, yeah, because my thing is this though, right? That offense, even with Hollywood Brown, to me is still different with that being Odell Beckham. The way that we view Hollywood Brown, the way that we view Bateman, is very different than how we would view Odell. You feel like our personnel is good in terms of stopping him, along with accounting for the Mark Andrews element, though?
Yeah, but here's the thing: we were talking about this before them even signing Odell. We should be getting a corner in this draft, no matter what.
Yes, absolutely.
We do that, yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah, for sure.
Peterson, Wallace, get a JPJ, Deontay Banks, whoever.
Yeah.
Or maybe get this Jeff Okudah too. I mean, what if you do both? Or is that overkill? Draft one in round 1 and then trade the third for Okudah.
Could it really be overkill after what we did to our guard situation this year? I feel like after how we handled the guards, I'm like, I don't think it's overkill anymore. I think we'll be fine. Yeah, I'd be down for it, man.
Yeah, if you're bringing in Okudah as your 4th guy.
So you move, no Pierre.
It's not the worst problem to have.
Yeah, so you get rid of Pierre.
I think you keep Pierre as the 5th guy in case Okudah really busts and he actually is terrible.
So hold on. Who are all your guys then? So you got Pat P, Levi Wallace, Akella Witherspoon, JPJ, and Jeff Okudah?
Yeah, if you take them. Oh, yeah. I forgot about Witherspoon.
That's 5 dudes, yeah.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
And they still haven't made any type of motion towards getting rid of Witherspoon.
Maybe we package Witherspoon in the trade for Okudah and make it like a 6-rounder. How about that?
Hey, Detroit.
How about that?
Can I sell you on a corner?
What's funny is watch Witherspoon be really good this year.
That's what I'm saying.
Watch, he'll be good. He'll go back to that 2021 version of himself.
Mm-hmm.
But no, in terms of Ravens with Odell, not concerned. I think they overpaid for him. Now it's a 1-year deal, so they're not locked in long term. But what's crazy is like, okay, $15 million. What did they sacrifice right there? What could you have paid $15 million?
Yeah.
As opposed to a guy coming off ACL. Now, we
took the
agree.
whole
When
year
Odell is healthy, I mean, I don't know if he's going to stay healthy. He's always hurt.
He is, but after a full season of recovery, bro, you got to be healthy. He didn't take a snap since Super Bowl.
What I'm saying, he's always hurt though. Like
but
even if he's healthy, first couple weeks.
Though. That's what I'm saying. Usually he's like playing. It's coming out of season, so I'm like, all right, cool. This is after a year of no football, bro. Of you just working out, making sure that you're healthy. You should be all the way healthy for the duration.
No, that's the thing. Does he injure himself
again?
For
the duration, you should be healthy, bro.
I don't think the stats are in his favor of staying the whole season healthy.
Jeez, man.
I don't.
If I'm paying $15, I want you healthy the whole season.
We know Odell's good. We know he's good.
But,
man, what could you get for $15 million? That's a cornerback one. James Bradbury went for less than that.
Okay. Can James Bradbury give you what Odell can give you?
I just think there's more certainty with him.
No, I get the certainty part. I do.
And then the other question mark is specifically the Ravens offense. Mm-hmm. Like if Odell was going to the Jets or the Bills, you feel like he's going to be utilized more properly. Mm-hmm. Ravens, we just don't know.
Yeah.
They haven't been able to figure this out.
No, I feel you, man.
With the receiver position.
I just wonder how complicated is it when you look at how Lamar and that offense works. It's not a ton of you got to scheme guys open. Lamar being on the field, you see when they throw the ball, dudes be wide open at times because of his reaction or because of how guys have to react to him and how the defense you have to play against him. So you get a lot of single coverage on the outside. Odell single cover him for a game for 4 quarters. All he got to do is win 2. That's an explosive. That's points. So I think that part is different. Now I want to see like you said with you though, in terms of like what they would do to really scheme it up because if I'm paying $15 million, I'm only worried about can this dude get off for 2 plays a game. I feel confident. But if you start evolving the thing, scheming it up, well, I think it could be a lot more challenging then. But I just do think though that him with a Lamar is different. Just because you can't play certain defenses against the Lamar element because of what he could do with his legs. That's the challenge. That's the most challenging part when you're talking about Lamar. So when you actually give him a real weapon, that's the part where I want to see how the defenses adapt to that. Because it's a lot easier to say, man, play man is just Rashad Bateman over there. Play man is just Hollywood Brown over there. How many people saying play man is just Odell over there, though? That's what I want to say.
They might be doing that now. They might be.
Right. But that opens it up, though.
Yeah, what were we doing? I don't know. Maybe you can recall this off the top of your head. What were we doing against him with the Browns? In terms of like him and Landry.
With them, it was different, too, man.
Because it would just be them two on the field, right? And then they would have 2 tight ends, and it would just be focused on running the ball with Nick Chubb.
To me, the difference is this, though. When you're accounting for the running back running the ball versus it being a quarterback running the ball, you always have a person, on defense assigned to the running back. You don't always have somebody assigned to the quarterback, except when you're playing Baltimore.
Sure.
Then you're like, hey, dude, instead of you just being this free player right here to help us out in coverage or the free player to help us double or the free player to help us get exotic, your job is to watch this dude now. That's where it changes a little bit in terms of how we would handle Odell when he was in Cleveland with Baker versus the Lamar part of it.
Sure.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. Yeah, not overly concerned, though.
I'm with you, though, bro. We still got to see it. And he's got to stay healthy. Lamar, man, shoot. We talked about Lamar. Lamar's been great versus a lot of people, but he's hardly ever out there versus us. We've only seen him, once?
3 times, and none of them have been good. A lot of picks.
But he's always hurt in terms of when he's playing us. We don't typically see him a lot.